Welcome to Straight Facts, No Chaser. I'm your host, Blacklist. You guys ready for the facts? Well, let's get right to it. Roll the tape.
Last night, I tell you, to watch that thing on television, as I did. Yeah. To see those monkeys from those African countries. Damn them, they're still uncomfortable wearing shoes.
Well, and then the tail wags the dog there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The tail wags the dog. I, for example, just had a call from Reagan, California, and he's been out there and so forth, and as you can imagine, there's strong feeling that we just shouldn't. As he said, he saw these cannibals on television last night, and he said they weren't even wearing shoes, and he says here the United States is going to submit its fate to that, and so forth and so on, but that's typical of a reaction, which is probably.
So now you know what Reagan was all about. This full-on racist. And so was Nixon. The joke about monkeys, they weren't talking about monkeys. They were talking about black people, African people that came over here. We don't even know how to wear shoes. That's the type of racist that still exists today. And you know what? It's Lincoln's party. It's the Republican Party. And we keep on getting all these people talking about the Democrats started the racism, started the KKK shit. Well, what is this? Huh? And what do Republicans do? They call themselves a Reagan Republican or a Nixon Republican or a Lincoln Republican, all of whom are racist. They think we're stupid, and we continue to allow that shit. We are. I'm not stupid. I hope that you're not as well. You know Reagan and Nixon, racist, right? There's also a Republican strategist, lawyer, who worked for Reagan to promote him. This guy is a known racist, Lee Atwater. What'd he do? This man talks about the Southern strategy, but he also talks about generationally how they've used coded language to mean black, not black, the N-word. Black has become the more better term to call it. They mean N-word. When they say woke, they mean N-word, not black, they mean N-word. When they say CRT, they mean N-word. When they say all lives matter, they mean N-word. Everything that is pro-black, when they say those terms the way they say them, they're saying fuck the N-word. I don't give a fuck whether you believe me or not. Like I told you on here, I speak facts. You don't believe me? Watch part 2 of this video and you'll see, not out of my mouth, but out of the mouth of racists. And they're Republicans. All Lincoln, Reagan, Nixon Republicans. They're all racist. Don't believe me? Just watch.
Here's how I would approach that issue as a statistician or a political scientist, or no, as a psychologist, which I'm not, is how abstract you handle the race thing. In other words, you start out, and now y'all aren't quoting me on this. You start out in 1954 by saying nigger, nigger, nigger. By 1968, you can't say nigger, that hurts you, backfire, so you say stuff like forced busing, states' rights and all that stuff. And you're getting so abstract now, you're talking about cutting taxes and all of these things you're talking about are totally economic things, and the byproduct of them is blacks get hurt worse than whites. And subconsciously, maybe that is part of it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if it is getting that abstract and that coded, that we're doing away with the racial problem one way or the other. You follow me? Because obviously sitting around saying we want to cut taxes, we want to cut this, and we want is much more abstract than even the busing thing, and a hell of a lot more abstract than nigger, you know. So any way you look at it, race is coming on the back burner.
What you just listened to is an interview with Lee Atwater by Alexander Lamis. Now, Alexander Lamis passed away around 2012, and that's when this tape actually emerged. This entire time, since even the 80s when Reagan was president. Reagan was racist. Black people kind of knew it, but white people kept on acting like it wasn't true. Arthur Lamis knew it was true. Lee Atwater was Reagan's strategist, a Republican. So not only did Reagan have a tape of saying black people were basically monkeys, not basically, that we are monkeys and barely can walk on our own 2 feet. This Lee Atwater, who was strategizing for him, was saying the N-word freely in an interview behind the scenes. I can say it to them. They ain't gonna do anything. Do you think there was any black people in that room while he was giving this interview? I hope not. But he just freely said the N-word over and over again, talking about the Southern strategy. Also, did you catch what he said? States' rights? Again, states' rights meant black people to own slaves. And we still get people talking today, oh, states' rights is just that we have the right to do whatever the states want to do. Did you not hear this man say the coded terms that were used to mean black, to harm more black people than white? And if white people who were in those particular realms got hurt, then you were sacrificed. Where's the lie? I've been telling you guys this for years. Where have I been lying? These are fucking receipts. They are not just some bullshit. They're receipts coming out of the mouths of racists that you conservatives who say you aren't racist support so strongly. And even to this day, you use the same strategy as the Southern strategy. Coded language that means black, or N-word. Woke, another strategy that you guys keep on repeating just like they did back in the day. You just can't say the N-word, so you replace it with whatever you can possibly replace it with. There's so many terms right now that are out there that mean black people or the N-word. When you mention welfare, you're talking about black people when white people are on it the most. Those white people don't matter. They're just sacrificed. This man says it. But see, don't get it twisted. Racism is a white person's disease. It's got shit to do with the party. It is a strategy, but we're the most hated. And it's not because there's something wrong with us. It's because there's something wrong with them. They're afraid of us, period. It's not an inferior thing. They're afraid that we're superior. If you were superior, would you need a gun? When you have to have guns, which the Second Amendment was for anyway, slaves revolting, not about going up against the government, every ounce of their being is always being constructed toward hate against us. Every ounce, no matter what they cling to, guaranteed. The subtext, black, N-word. They live and breathe hate for us. And what do? Always want to be fair and equal. They're always wanting to what? Destroy us. I'm not talking about good white people. I'm talking about racist white people. But the good white ones, you can't be for a racist and say you're not one yourself. Because whatever their agenda is to hate on us. And if you're not a part of that hating on us part, then how can you supply your money, your resources to someone whose strategic plan is to destroy us? You tell us what camp you're in by the people you support. I don't care that you don't say the N-word. I don't care that you go out and march for us. You place votes for them, you buy their shit, you support the process. I want you guys to know something here. What I do, I focus on truth. 100%. I give a fuck about lying. Everything I've said have been factual. After this, it's going to focus on the economics. Welfare versus subsidies. Are they the same thing? I brought receipts with that too. This has been Straight Facts. No chaser. Fuck your feelings.